Do you want your game to look as colorful as mine? You want to remove these weird dots on your screen and make your game look smooth? You want your FPS to go from this to this? I'll be going all of that in today's settings video and more, so stick around, like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into the settings. Alright, so before we even get into any of the game settings, we're going to go over some NVIDIA control panel settings just to kind of make the game look cleaner and smoother. And I found this little technique as well that worked for me to get me like 30 to 40 more frames as well. If you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what you need to do. I'm sure there's an AMD or Radeon, whatever it is, control panel that you can do the exact same. Search it up on YouTube here. So what you do is right click and go NVIDIA control panel. So firstly, make sure it's on used advanced 3D images. Then we're going to go over to manage 3D settings. This is where the magic happens. All right, I'm just going to quickly run through the settings, so just follow along with me. If you get lost, I'm going too quick, just pause the video. Anti-scopic filtering, make sure this is off. Anti-analyzing modes, make sure that's off. Go down to DSR factors, make sure this is off. Low latency mode, make sure that's on. Apparently having it on helps with aim assist. Your monitor technology, make sure that's on fixed refresh. Multi-frame sampled, make sure that's off. Power management mode, make sure that's on preferred maximum performance. I even forgot to change this on myself, but preferred refresh rate, make sure that's on highest available. Texture filtering, negative LOD bias, make sure that's on clamp. Texture filtering quality, make sure that's on high performance. Tri-linear optimization, make sure that is on. Trailer optimization, make sure that's also on and not auto. Triple buffering, make sure that's off. Again, another setting I forgot to change. Vertical sync, make sure that's also off. After you're done, click apply. After you do that, just leave the global settings. That's what you need to change. Program settings, you don't need to touch that. And I have to come to configure surround physics. But this is where I found what actually gained me some FPS. Change your processor from the graphics card to the CPU. I just fiddled around a couple of these settings and I found that I got a good amount of FPS boost. And I changed my processor from the graphics card to the processor, my CPU. I guess the game just runs better on the CPU. But like I said, I don't know if this is 100% the best thing to do. I just know that for me personally, when I've done it, I gained some more frames. And this is the good stuff. This is where we make the game look good. So these are my monitor settings that I have. This is like the thing that you can fiddle around with the most. It's literally completely to your eyes, how you want to see your monitor. Obviously, as you change the settings, it will change the way it looks, and then obviously just click apply after it's done. You can of course copy mine if you don't know what you want, but I'd probably suggest fiddling around with this because this is like the most personalized to you, and this is what's going to make your game look bright and colorful. Make sure your G-Sync is off, then come over to adjust desktop size, put it to no scaling, and have your performance scaling on display. Then apply, and you should be good for this. And give your PC a little restart before you go into the game, just to make sure the settings are all good. Well, we're done with that now. Let's get into the in-game settings. Alright, you guys. Alright, we're on the game now, and it's time to go into the settings. I'm going to be not only going over graphics and stuff to increase your FPS, but I'm going to go over some of the controller settings as well. I may as well do a full look through all the settings. And just keep in mind, guys, right, that in Modern Warfare 2 at the moment, I don't know if it's a bug or what, but whenever I come onto the game, like after not coming on a while, look, this is what I'm saying. Your render resolution will reset all the time. You always want your render resolution on 100 all the time. So just keep in mind, guys, when you're on PC, when you come back on the game, it's going to reset your stuff. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm going to go on and display mode. The display mode gets reset all the time as well. So I use full screen exclusive. Apparently it gives you less latency delay if you use full screen instead of borderless or windowed, sorry. I don't know. Like I said, these are just more personalized things. I fiddled around with it. It's not 100% the best thing, but it works for me. It's increased my frames. It's made me play better. This is what I do, right? Make sure your display monitor is on the monitor that you want to play on, the one that's got higher hertz. Obviously, select your graphics card. Make sure your screen refresh rate is at the highest it can be. I see a lot of times people will have like a 240 hertz monitor or 165 monitor or a 144 monitor, and sometimes their refresh rate isn't, you know, put up to that. It'll be in like 120, so you're not actually playing at the frames or the refresh rate that you should be. So just keep that in mind. Display resolution, again, people like to fit around with this. Keep on 1920 by 1080 for me personally. Dynamic resolution, I have that off. I don't even know what that does. And this is a thing I actually learned from some pro players in Vanguard. When you had your aspect ratio on automatic, which is what most of you will have, which just, I think, just sets it to an automatic thing of your thing, it will actually give you less aim assist. 16:9, I'm pretty sure is like normal aspect ratio for the majority of monitors out there. Just double check with the settings or the manual of whatever thing you're playing on. It should be 16:9 if you're using a normal monitor. Put it on that and it'll give you the same aspect ratio as automatic, but you'll get more aim assist, or you won't get that weird aim assist thing. I don't know if it's a thing in this game, but it was last game, so keep that in mind. I've got this two stuff on off, and then custom frame limit. I had the unlimited. Now, I was playing the whole game so far on custom. My frames would be a lot more consistent in terms of the fact they wouldn't bounce up and down a lot. but it wouldn't be as high. Does that make sense? It being on custom instead of unlimited is the reason why I've not had as many frames, and putting unlimited has increased my frames. Or if it was what I just showed you in the NVIDIA panel, or if it's in the quality settings I'm going to show you later, just put on unlimited, and then let's apply that. Go over to quality. If you want to put this on custom, and then like I said guys, if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video, and just remember, have this video saved somewhere, because settings sometimes do reset when you come back on the game, and you can always watch this back. So render resolution, keep on 100. Put on fidelity cast in 100 is just a good way of giving you some extra frames, also making your game look good. And then this setting is the setting that actually makes, you know, them like kind of black dots, like those grains that I showed you in the intro. This is the setting that actually changes it. So I was running this, right? And I'm pretty sure there's like practically no difference. Like I said, I'm not a big technology nerd, I don't know a lot of this stuff, but I was running this and the game wouldn't look that bad, but certain parts of the map there'll be like these weird like black grainy dots, right? It doesn't affect your game, but it doesn't look nice. You want your game to look smooth, everything to be the same color. So I changed that to Filmic, and then it went away. So yeah, put that on Filmic. Put this on low, have this on 90. I think before in the past, having this too high would cause your game to crash. So if you do put on 90 and you feel your game crashing a lot, bump it down to like 80 or 70, I don't know. But I think they fixed it, so it should be good to have it on 90. Texture filter, anisotropic. These are the two most important ones. I've put them on medium. Or no, sorry, normal. I've put them on normal. You can maybe put them higher if you've got like a really good graphics card, but you can see in the bottom right. To be fair, this one doesn't affect it that much, but look at the text resolution, how much it bumps it up. You know what I mean? Put these to normal, and then pretty much all the stuff put on low, like nearby level detail, low, low, short, low, very low. I'm just gonna read it out, and then you can do it yourself. Brilliant impacts and sprays off, low, off, max. Put this on off. Streaming quality normal, low, off. Yes, have it on very low. Don't know why it was weird like that. Last year as well, there was like one of these shadow settings that made the game look brighter, but I've not really fiddled around with it too much. I don't really care about it, to be honest. Like I said, that NVIDIA control panel thing with the colors, I've never done that before, and my game looks already amazing with the colors, so I don't really want to be fiddling around anymore. Screen space shadows off, spot shadow quality low, ambient occlusion, turn that off. Screen space reflections off. Static reflection quality off, or low, sorry, off. On plus boost, I think last year this messed with frames or something, doesn't do it anymore, so you're good. Off, and 0. I've got my FOV, it was on like 103, 100. I mean, I can't lie, I don't think it really makes a difference. I'll put it 101 for the Dalmatians, you know what I mean? I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Affected or independent, I think affected is just better for me personally. You can, that again, a lot of these things, this majority of this stuff is trial and error. It's more the quality stuff, like these settings that you want to like copy. This stuff is all trial and error. You just go into games, put around with whatever prefers you, right? This is huge. First person camera movement, put out 50%. You see sometimes a streak will come in or something, and your screen's all shaking like crazy, or you get hit by a nade and someone jumps around the corner and you can't center on them properly because your screen's shaking. Make sure this is on 50%, okay? 100%, this needs to be on that, because this is a huge setting. And then the huge one as well is the weapon field of view. Default is what everyone's used to, right? Why it makes it kind of look cool, right? Because, you know, your screen seems wider, seems like there's more space, but in a matter of fact, you actually want it, I feel like narrow or default could be the shouts here for making you play better, because narrow actually realized it makes your gun look bigger, but it makes your gun actually smaller. Does that make sense? It actually takes up less space. And I feel like it could be, I don't know, I just feel like default is the best one to run. Personally, I wouldn't run wide, I'd either run narrow or default, but like I said, these settings, all personal, play around with it, see what suits you, what you're playing better with, and then stick to it. All right, now onto the controller settings. This is what I run. Yeah, I've got flipped on. Like I said, again, a lot of the stuff is personal preference. I run 6.6. You could like keep at 1.9, 0.95. Automatic sprint I've got off, because in the Pro League and in amateur Call of Duty gameplay, automatic sprint is GA'd, which basically means like it's like an agreement between the players to not use it, so it's almost like it's banned. What else have I got here? And that's it really. Advanced, this is the big one, right? Aim response curve, you need on dynamic. I don't care what you think, who you are, dynamic, this is a must have, right? Because aim assist on controller is broken. It is broken. Like, I feel for you keyboard and mouse players. I mean, I was a little kid, so I didn't really understand how games work, but Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2, all those games, the aim assist wasn't that good, right? And then games like this, the aim assist sticks to it, and dynamic, you just need it on. And then this is another one, Black Ops or default aim assist, right? That's the big question. I've been using both. I can't lie, I can't really tell the difference. I'm just using Black Ops because I feel like most people are. And I'd rather be playing on the same playing field as other people. This is another huge one, guys. When you guys come on the game, your input dead zones are going to be like default and they're going to be really bad. All right, so your left trigger and your right trigger, this is basically how much pressure or how much force you need to put to kind of, when you press your triggers, like your shoot buttons, how much it needs, right? So you want this as low as possible, because if you're needing more pressure to activate your shoot or your aim, your reaction time or the speed in which those things are happening is low. You want it to be as instant as possible. So you see someone around the corner coming to you, you want to aim on sight and shoot instantly, and you don't want your trigger settings to mess with that. So put that on 0. Your left stick and right stick main is just based on like your, I forget what's stick drift, that's what it's called, depending on your stick drift. So if you get a lot of stick drift, have it higher, but the lower these settings are, the better, right? Like I don't know if you want it on 0, like you have to have like a fresh controller to have it on 0, but again, this is more personal to you, your controller. You need to have this setting as low as you possibly can for it to be best. And then with the left stick max and the right stick max, your right stick max on 99, and then I find that in past CODs, it's a lot easier to sprint with your left stick when you have it at a lower max, like around 65, 70. I learned this because one of my friends, Shawnee, Shawnee COD, his left stick was broken after he probably smashed his controller, and someone advised him to change it to this setting, and he was actually able to sprint with like a broken thumbstick. So this proves that it works and makes you sprint better. Tactical sprint behavior, again, I have it on double tap. Single tap sprint is the best one, I think, if you are trying to conserve your controller. But again, because I think it's in the competitive G8, I have it on double tap. I've got all these mantles on off. I've got the invert slide and dive behavior as standard, which basically means I tap to slide and I hold to dive, just because I think everyone's used to tap and to slide with the past games, even though slide cancel is non-existent in this game. And then again, this stuff is all about like the weapon pings and stuff. You could just mess around with it. Alright, now onto the audio settings. These are my audio settings. Again, you can copy it if you like. I find that the game is quite loud at times, so I do kind of tweak things up, tweak things down. I've got a mix amp as well, so I normally just turn things. But yeah, again, most of these things, like I said, other than the quality of the graphics, the majority of these things are all personal to you, what you find are the best settings for you and stuff like that, right? But this is a must-have on the audio. Tinnitus sound, and turn this on, right? Because as you can read in the description, tinnitus sound from concussion and flash grenade shell shock is replaced with a more dull, murky sound. So you know sometimes someone throws a flash grenade near you, or a stun grenade that you so loud you get blinded on your screen and the noise is almost deafening. This basically makes it less jarring, if that makes sense. It makes it less loud. It's not a game changer, but it's helpful. And then interface, again, a lot of this stuff isn't that important, but you can copy it. Color customization, this is what I've got mine on. I've got on filter 2, both. I've got it on 100. Try to no PR. I hate saying that word, it's so hard to say. Yeah, I just feel like this gives the game the most colorful colors. I've got subtitles off, you can have it on if you want. These are meant to be at 0. There's another setting that's reset, so like I said, guys, keep it in mind. You want to have this video saved because the settings do reset. Put it down to 0, have that on square. Crosshairs on. Just got all this stuff on. This is just what you want to have showing. Center dot on. Yeah, guys, then I think that's everything. Yeah, and I mean, that's the end of the video, people. That's all the settings. I think my face camera is a little bit dark in this video because it's quite dark right now. The lighting in my room is not good. I apologize, but hopefully you found the settings useful. Hopefully FPS is improved. Hopefully your graphics are a little more smoother, clean, and your gameplay just feels better. If you did enjoy the video, you found it useful and it helped you, please drop a like to get the video out there to people, to let them realize that I'm helping you guys get you better while I'm getting myself better. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. I've got many videos around. Why didn't you check out my last video? 5 secret tips that you don't know about in Modern Warfare 2 that will help you improve your game. Been your boy Stunner. Work hard. I'm out. Peace.